Hello and welcome to Infinite Transcendence. Today the topic is going to be based on wealth versus poverty, the second part of this series, and this one's based on time management. Of course, this is one of the most important parts of becoming successful. You have to manage your time. Time is a limited resource. We all die, we all live. Time, 1 minute is 1 minute to everybody. While some people may live longer than others, you definitely have to make the most out of your time. You can live half the time as someone else and get much more done and have a much more fulfilling life. So why is this important? Well, time is, like I said, time is limited. What you use your time for is how you use your time definitely determines how quick you become successful, what kind of life you'll live, how productive you can be, how much freedom you have. If you have no time, it doesn't matter how much money you have because you have no real freedom. You're tied down to something. You have no time to enjoy what you worked hard for. It's kind of pointless. So what's the difference in the mindsets between poverty and wealth when it comes to time? Well, the person who has a poverty mindset sees time as abundant and can be squandered. They don't see it as they value money. Oddly, it sounds weird that people who are poor say people who are rich value money, but they value money more than time. They'll go through extreme inconvenience to save a few dollars. They'll waste a lot of time. They'll drive across town to save money on gas. They'll squander their time, waste their time with irrelevant things, leisure activities, other things that aren't productive, that don't lead to any results that'll push them further ahead, because they see their time as something that's really not that important. It's just something, another day of just whatever. Whereas people who are wealthy see time as precious. Time is limited. They try to buy time because time is much more limited than money is. They'll do whatever they can. They'll hire people. They'll find ways to be more productive. They'll wake up earlier. People who are wealthy tend to wake up much earlier, than at least 3 hours before their job. They find ways to fill as much time as they can with productive activities and self-growth so they can make the most out of themselves. They see their time as fuel for opportunity. So, is it worth it to save money with severe inconvenience? Well, absolutely not, because a lot of times you try to save $1 in a short run, trying to inconvenience yourself or to try to cut down and cut corners. You end up spending more in time in the long run trying to fix things and repair things that go wrong and are broken. So people who go through extreme inconvenience or the person who tries to argue everything to save a few dollars, or tries to go out of the way to use a coupon and way across town or something like that, you got to look at what your time is worth. Is your time worth that? Is it worth your time to do everything yourself and you can hire somebody else to do it for much cheaper than what you earn currently? Especially if you're a business or something like that, I'd say it's definitely not worth it. So you definitely have to manage your time. And another thing, people who are with the poverty mindset, or most mindsets, they say, well, having time spent having fun is time not wasted. You'll see this a lot in certain communities like gaming, where people criticize them for being unproductive. And granted, there are a lot of unproductive activities out there, but I notice this in gaming a lot, where people say, well, I spend my time having fun, so it's not time wasted, which is kind of a ridiculous argument, because you can do things that are enjoyable, that are productive. If you spend your time, like some people, for instance, this is how crazy the gaming community can be, but a lot of times games have quote unquote free content or paid for content. We have to either pay for it up front. The price may be $5 for a character. Well, you can also unlock it quote unquote for free by earning credits. How you earn credits, you have to win a lot of matches. And a lot of these games, you have to earn like 100,000 credits, which you get like 50 credits a match. That means you got to do 2,000 matches. I mean, that's hours and hours. That's hundreds of hours, thousands of hours of gaming just to unlock one character. And a lot of people try to justify playing hundreds hours a week, over 100 hours a week to unlock one character by saying, well, I'm enjoying myself, so it's time not wasted. But you could have spent your time much more productive. You could have earned the money in other means and then bought the character. You could have bought the character up front and then spent your time training or playing in a more fun way versus grinding all day. But people don't see that. I mean, even if it's something you enjoy, but even then it gets so repetitive that it's just not fun anymore. I mean, that's just like me saying, well, I'm going to save money by walking everywhere. I'm getting exercise. Instead of driving, I'm going to save my money and walk. But look how much time you're wasting. To me, even if I were to play games, which I don't much anymore, I would rather just buy the content and then have the freedom to do what I want with it. What's a couple of dollars? I mean, you can make that mowing a lawn, or even a minimum wage job that doesn't take that long. But people who have a poverty mindset, or most mindsets, don't even see that. And these people get furious with me, and they try to say, well, people who just buy things up front are just lazy. Well, no, they value their time. And that's just one example. Ultimately, you shouldn't even be doing activities like that. You want to spend your time doing things that are enjoyable and productive. Fitness, exercise, eating well, getting out, working your social skills. Those are things you want to do because they give you a better return in your life. Not only feel fulfilled, but they give you productive, tangible results. Whereas a lot of junk activities like junk food, they give you feel good kind of reward with no real positive outcome on your life. So that's something you want to drop completely. But you have to see time as a means to an opportunity. The more time you have, the more time you can find opportunity, the more time you can capitalize off of opportunity. If your time is spent being wasted, you can't be looking for opportunity. You're not be able to strike when the iron is hot. So you definitely want to use your time. Person has a poverty mindset, they don't see opportunity because they're not looking for it. Their time is spent in other areas that are non-productive or just being wasted. Whereas a person who's wealthy, they want that time because they want to be out there looking for a new opportunity and new ways to build wealth and new ways to improve their life. So how do you make more time? Well, you make more. How do you make more time? You make more time by being productive. You make more time by scheduling things. You make more time by having a goal sheet, by using a stopwatch and timing yourself. And so you can cut corners, cut hours out of your time. Like I've done a lot of things where I had to time myself. Once I saw the time I was wasting, or time I spent kind of in between things, or thinking in between things, or just browsing or something in between, I took it out. Wake up earlier. I wake up at midnight to 2 in the morning. Go to sleep earlier. Wake up earlier. Do what you need to do to add those extra hours in. Don't sleep 12 hours or 16 hours a day. Get up and eat healthy so you can feel more replenished and exercise. And when you have that time, when you make more time for yourself, you'll see that you have more opportunities and a more productive and a much more free life. So definitely manage that time properly. That's a very important exercise. It's one of the centerpieces because time is a limited fuel source. How do you feel about this? Do you feel your time management is good? Do you feel you use your time properly? Definitely comment below or in the article or in the video. Like and subscribe for new and interesting content, and transcend infinitely.